right, let's just get. There we go. Let's just get right to it. I finished the final I was not looking forward to. It's done. It's over. I feel great now. I feel like it's over. It's over. I'm like, I don't even know what to talk about right now. I like literally just finished it. Pretty sure I passed it. Feeling good, feeling great. I was kind of worried because I just hate tests. I hate finals. I just hate the idea of finals. I hate the idea of tests. I hate the way tests are given. I hate a lot of things. I hate a lot of things regarding finals. Do I want to dive into that? No, not really. There's not much to dive in. I just hate tests. Like, that's just it. I hate tests mainly. Okay, you know what? I guess we're diving into it. I guess, hello, welcome, tea time, animus, me, yes, we're here. I'm sipping on some 8 Treasures tea. I think I had it before. I may have presented it before, but I got some 8 Treasures tea. It has tea things in it. I'm not gonna break it down again. I'm just excited that this final's over. Just feel great. Feel fucking great. Yeah, it's a smile of a winner. Feeling great. Until test scores come out and I probably get fucked. Then we'll be back here again, I'll tell you that. But no, I'm pretty sure I passed it, like no doubt. No doubt. Feeling great. Feeling you know what? It's story time. So the reason why this test is so important, every test is important, because every test you could pass or you could fail. It's a test. The reason why this test is very important is because I typed the paper, right? It was the midterm paper. Silly me, I knew I was wrong. I just didn't decide to quote the definition from a dictionary. I just thought it was stupid. It's a dictionary. You know, everybody has it. Nobody owns. Okay, somebody probably owns rights to a fucking definition, but it's like nobody necessarily owns the rights to definition. It's a definition. It's a word. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't think I had to quote fucking dictionaries. It's a definition. Like, hear me out here. It's a fucking definition, right? So I sat there before I turned it in. I contemplated it the entire time I typed the paper. I'm like, you know what? Maybe I should quote that. Maybe I should. I just didn't. I just said, fuck it. It's a definition. Why should I have to quote that? That's how I knew I needed to quote it. I should have just played it safe and quoted it. So I turned it in. The paper was already in. Because I kind of like last minute. Did it last minute. And it was an alright paper. It was sloppy. I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that it wasn't. I mean, it's probably like a C grade paper. I'm not gonna front. So I didn't bother arguing with him or in paper. I even told him in response to him, like, it's whatever. Like, I'm not gonna argue over the grade of the paper. I know it wasn't a good paper. I've done better. It's not a good paper. It's a paper. That's it. It's very unorganized. It's very tired. A lot of shit going on. But he marked me for plagiarism because I did not quote fucking definition. Well, fuck me, right? I really didn't think I had to. I just thought it's definition. It's a dictionary. It's not anybody else's work. It's not, it's not a paper that it's a fucking dictionary. And he made this whole big thing about it. Not really, but he did. He definitely pointed it out like, hey, I could drop you for plagiarism, this and that. I'm like, that's some bullshit. It's a fucking dictionary. Now, here's where it gets worse, though. Here's where the pettiness really started to kick in. I felt very insulted, and I said this to him, but he didn't respond back. He was like, this is from Wikipedia. I'm like, fuck no, it's not. It is definitely not from Wikipedia. That's a fucking lie. In fact, this is how much bullshit it was. When I read that comment, the first thing I did, and this is why I got the most mad. I don't care about anything else. I was more mad about the fact that he said I quoted Wikipedia. Because I didn't. I didn't quote Wikipedia. I would not insult his intelligence quoting Wikipedia. So don't insult my intelligence by assuming that I got it from Wikipedia. I literally typed in my response to him that I looked up the word, and I went to Wikipedia's page, and I actually read the whole entire Wikipedia page about said fucking word, and guess what? I did not see in there that definition. That definition that I put from a dictionary was not on Wikipedia's page. And I told him that. I literally said, I looked it up on Wikipedia, I read Wikipedia's page, and I did not see this definition on Wikipedia's page. Who would have guessed? He didn't respond. And I told him I felt insulted that, he thought that I would use a Wikipedia page as a quote in a paper and not even cite it, let alone use Wikipedia and insult his intelligence using Wikipedia. I'm not going to insult your intelligence using Wikipedia, so why would you insult my intelligence assuming that I'm going to use Wikipedia in a paper in the first place? Whether I cited it or not, I'm just not going to do that. Like, bro. So yeah, that shit pissed me off. He still gave me some credit, like 50%, because it was fucking plagiarism. I think considering that, I still did a pretty good paper. I mean, I did it last minute. It was very sloppy, I'm not gonna lie to you. But I feel like the entire paper was based around one word. If you didn't know that fucking word, you couldn't write the paper. And I told him that. I'm like, this doesn't make any fucking sense. I don't understand the fucking word. Granted, some of that was my fault. I didn't read the entire book. I got stuck in a loop reading the fucking book because the book is super confusing because it's philosophy and it's just a bunch of words and fucking reading people's fucking brains. It's a lot of fucking work. I got lost. Wasted a lot of time. Had to finish it. That's whatever. I don't care. Not a big deal. Still passing. Now, regarding this final, rewind, pause, rewind, play. Regarding the midterm, there's a lot of questions in there. A lot of curveball questions, a lot of questions that had questions nested in the questions. So one question is actually 3 questions. Fun stuff, right? So I'm sitting there. We have an hour to do it. There were 7 questions. Theoretically, 10 minutes per question. That's over an hour. Hour and 10 minutes. Now, does it take that long? No, not really. Did I study for it? Kind of. Yes, I did. I filled out the entire study guide, answered every question on the study guide. That way I could essentially, in theory, copy and paste it in there, saving me time, editing it, blah, 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 bullshit. However, when I read those questions, oh boy. I was in for it. I was like, damn. Because it's philosophy. So you have to think before you can answer. When you answer, you have to think and then make that thought clear in your answer. That way your answer is clear and it's actually correct, or else you don't necessarily have a correct answer. You have to make it, good. And everything in there was a short to long answer, minimum 2 to 4 sentences, minimum 6 to 8 sentences. So basically you're writing a paper in an hour. Really wasn't that bad, but like, some of those questions are kind of like, okay, hold up. I have to reference this to this to this. Like, it's doable. I just hate reading. I'm not going to lie. That's it. I'm not going to sit here in front and say that I read everything. Sure as hell didn't. But I did the study guide, so I was definitely prepared. But ran out of time. Still passed it. I still did pass it, so I'm not complaining. I got exactly what I deserved, quite frankly. And then he put this comment of if you would have answered the question, you got more points. Like, no shit. No shit if I would have answered the question, I got more points. Obviously, I ran out of time, and I couldn't think of an answer to answer the question, so I just filled in who did the passage, because it was a quote and then a question. So I just put where it came from and who wrote it, which gave me half credit. It's not bad, right? It's pretty good. I saved myself some points. But then I ran out of time, obviously, because I had to think of words to write and do a little bit of reading because I wasn't fully prepared. I was prepared, but I don't know the questions, so I was only as prepared as I could be to answer the question, you know what I'm saying? So I had the material ready, I just didn't have the mindset ready. The mind was ready, I just had to process it. It's whatever. It is what it is. I still pass. So good. I think I burnt it again though. It's the second time I made it. Maybe third time. I could still taste. I don't know if it's just the flavor, but it tastes kind of burnt-ish. But it has this nice I think it has bits of strawberry or something in it. And I can really taste the strawberry, and it's really good. It's fruity enough. It's like burnt fruit. That sounds weird. It's like burnt fruit. I mean, I guess it is quite literally burnt fruit because it's just boiled leaves and fruit stuff tea is basically just a cauldron. If you think about it, tea is literally a cauldron. Take a bunch of stuff, you put it in a bag or whatever, fucking add some water, you heat the shit up, and then suddenly you gotta. It's just a cauldron. It's a potion. You just throw shit in. It is like the most weird science. You just take ingredients and poof. Like, you ever read like medicine? You're like, what the fuck are these? Have you ever read tea? Have you ever read what's in tea? I just call it tea ingredients. I just know it's leaves and fruit stuff and bark and science words, or tea words as I call them. It's just tea ingredients. That's it. I don't know what the fuck I'm drinking. I don't know what the hell I'm drinking. I know what I'm drinking because it says it, but it's tea ingredients. If it looks like tea ingredients, it must be legit. It could be poison. It could be poison. But quite frankly, I see tea ingredients and I see most like tea. Seems legit to me. I'm off track now. Some good tea. What was I saying? Midterm. Passed. Questions. Kind of hard. Final. Pretty sure I passed. Questions weren't as hard, I feel like. There was like one or two I just kind of like, but I feel like it wasn't as bad as I was anticipating it to be. I was kind of tired when I took the midterm. So honestly, I could be over-exaggerating some things. And also was ill-prepared, which I was also this time, but I feel like I was also prepared enough, and I nailed that shit. But anyway, back to the point. The final was important because of the fact that I got bricked on my plagiarized paper, which really dropped my grade quite a bit, a lot. I'm like on that line of, hey, you're going to fail. So I'm like, oh my god. So my third and final paper, I feel like was pretty fucking good. So I should definitely pass that. Once I get, surprise roundhouse kick to the head and you plagiarized again, which I definitely didn't. I quoted everything. I swear to God, if I see like some curveball in there, I'm gonna throw a fit. But anyway, papers, I'm pretty good at writing. I'm not concerned. Pretty sure I'm set for that. And then there is the final I just did. I literally tested my score, like the what if score you can do online and shit. I was like, if I get an 80% on the paper and literally a 50% on the final, which is quite literally just halfway answering, even just getting it wrong, halfway answering all the questions. That's about 50% right there. I will pass that class. You feel me? So I was like, shit. Your boy's golden. So I'm feeling pretty good. I was like, anything past 50 is a bonus. So I'm pretty sure if I had to guess, I'm gonna get like a 70%. That's being modest. I like to shoot low and get higher. Just because you never know what happens. I don't know what the hell I actually got. I just like to undershoot myself and then be like, oh my god. Or I undershoot myself and I'm correct and I'm like, that's exactly what I expected. So, regardless, your boy's doing good. Yeah. Apple fritter. Oh, I see the big fritter. Oh, these are fresh, baby. Oh, I got glaze all over my hands now. GG. I am celebrating, I tell you. I fucking passed that final. I'm celebrating right now. That was the hardest thing I could think of in my entire life. Not really. Not really at all, but get the idea. I was stressing, bro. I was stressing. I was up for like the last 3 days studying and filling out that damn study guide so I can be ready. But I'm good now. I'm good. I'm golden. I ain't gotta work tomorrow either. I'm chilling. I have one more final tomorrow though. One more final. My Korean final. But I'll be out in that one. I'm not concerned. Just that philosophy, man. Apple fritter, we'll get you one. But yeah, no. My thing about tests and finals, right? I don't get it. I understand the idea that you have to have a final per some curriculum, some rubric, some statewide, whatever, blah, 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 blah thing. I get it. But why do they have to make them so fucking intense? I don't get it. It's like, we're in class, we do assignments, we do quizzes, we do the shit. Why is it every time it comes like a final or something, it's like, or a midterm, it's like this big ass thing. And they're not always horrible. They're not always horrible. But it's like, I feel like when you go in there and take the test, it's like, and this is something that he put in his fucking, in his study guide. He literally put anything on study guide is fair game. That to me says you can curveball me and it's fair game because it's on study guide. That's the equivalent of what I'm hearing. I'm like, so you can put some fuck shit on here and it's fair. No. But no, I feel like midterms and finals are like this big ass thing, and I get the idea of, hey, you've been in class this entire quarter, semester, whatever, let's see what you actually know. I get that, but it's like, why do we have to make them so grand and so like extra? Like, just ask a simple ass question. I'm not saying dumb it down to the simplest form of question, but I'm like, sometimes they be making shit so extra. It's like, yo, calm down. It doesn't have to be like this. I don't know. That's just me. I'm just built different. I'm a different breed of person. I just like to make things simple. I feel like making things simple is not necessarily making it easy, but I just feel like making things too complex is just unnecessary. I like complex things. I like to think. I like challenges, but sometimes there's just no reason for it. Like, it's just, why? Like, I don't know. I think just making things easy just makes more sense. Not like easy in the sense of, hey, it's easy, but like make it simple and easy to understand and don't make it so complex. There's no purpose. I mean, there's always a purpose behind something I don't understand, but it's just like, I guess the idea is if it's harder and complex and you can break it down and make it easy, you understand it. But I don't know. I don't fucking know. I just never understood the point of that shit. It's just stupid to me. I guess at this point, I'm just talking about school. I should continue talking about school, and I'll just do a second video on some other shit. Because at this point, I'm in rare form. So I had a group project, right? And nobody decided to say anything about it, the final one coming up. I was gone for the weekend, doing some business stuff, right? And like, while I was gone, I get an email. 2 emails. One was the group project files for the final that was done. And then one was an email that literally started off with my full name. Like, the full name. And then, after that, followed by, our backs hurt from carrying the final project so hard. My first instinct is I'm seeing red. I'm already demon mode. I'm about to go off on somebody. And I did. Because, one, don't ever use my full name. Nobody, like, and it's just stupid. You know what? I screenshotted it. You know what? Yeah. You know what? Let me just go ahead and let me just pull this up real quick. Let me just. This was just unnecessary. I mean, this is truly some next level shit. I mean, god damn. That was an accident. That was that. That's fucking weird. That was me parking. Yeah, I parked. I like to park in very tight spots with my SUV just to prove that I can to myself. And I did it and had to go to the bathroom real bad. I think I told you guys this in another video. I had to go to the bathroom real bad. So I got out, went to the bathroom, went back in my car, and then moved my car to the bigger spot. But I parked there just to prove that I could. Not the point. It was a point. Where the hell is it? Oh, here it is. Screenshots. I was in the wrong section. So, literally, they put, our backs hurt from carrying this group final. We are doing it right now. Don't be that guy that does nothing. Sincerely. The fuck is that supposed to mean, right? So, I responded back. And this is me being nice. I was like, first off, don't use my full name. Like, nobody does that. Don't, like, you know what? I'm gonna get to that in the second part, because this is ridiculous. I said, no need and uncalled for. Secondly, I said no one's posted anything about the final project regarding who's doing what, and it was literally just shared with me today before you sent this message, which it was. Third, I said, I told you all how to reach me if you need me to do anything, and I provided 3 ways to do it. via the school messaging system, via email, and obviously via Teams. Makes sense, right? They wanted to use Snapchat, which, first of all, you don't use Snapchat. Snapchat is not a valid way to communicate for group projects. I don't support that. Like, Snapchat is exactly that, Snapchat. You don't use that for real communication. You just don't. And I don't know you like that. I don't want to give you my Snapchat. The hell? I fucked up. I totally forgot I was reading when I bit that. I apologize. Anyway. Yep, and then I said, and no one's reached out to me about this until now. And even now, the message doesn't even tell me what you need me to do. Because it didn't. It was just, our backs hurt. The fuck's that supposed to mean? Why do I care? And then I was like, also, I'm out of town for the weekend. We'll meet tomorrow evening. That's when I told you guys about the accident, so on, so on, so on. And then I was like, so don't complain. Oh, yeah, no. And then I was like, what the fuck did I say? Oh, yeah, I told him I was planning on using Teams tomorrow to see who's doing what the project, because I was planning on doing that. And then I was like, so don't complain to me with your first line reading or backs hurt from carrying when you guys never reach out to me to do anything. And then I said, if you were all in your own separate group chat without me, then that's on you. Because they obviously worked on it, and nobody told me shit. And I know I wasn't in class for a few days. I told them that. And I was like, I know I wasn't in class, but again, you have 3 ways of messaging me. So I don't really care. And then I said, so I say clearly, instead of saying that your backs hurt, why don't you guys message me what to do and I'll do it, right? That's exactly what I said. And then they had the audacity to say that they didn't know that using my name would be offensive, and they apologized. First of all, I'm gonna break it down the same way I broke it down to everybody else. Like this, I'm breaking shit down step by step. How the hell do you not know that using somebody's full name is offensive? Nobody, I've never met anybody that calls anybody their full name. There's a reason why people don't tell people their full names, because they obviously don't want you to call them by their full fucking name. Nobody does that. You're not my mom. My mom doesn't even do that. Who the fuck does that? Nobody does that. Like, I can't even think of like a business or any organization that I've been in where they use my full name. Nobody does that. They just don't. They just don't. So how could you not know that that would be offensive? The fuck? Plus, they said that they didn't know that. In our introduction on Teams, I literally said just the first name, which I shouldn't even have to say because it's just a given. You don't use people's full names. If I wanted you to know my full name, I would tell you my full name. The fuck? That was stupid. Like, I don't care if it was listed. They said, oh, it was the name listed in my email. Okay. I think I've emailed them before. They didn't use it. Fuck. The fuck, man. So anyway, it was dumb as hell. And then they said, it's not our job to reach out to you to plan what needs to be done. Respectfully, we all didn't want to wait the final week to do this project, which took us around 3 hours today. We finished the final, did a great job on it, put your name on it, so on, so on, so on. Then they said that their backs hurt was a joke. I'm like, first of all, highly doubt that was a joke. It's a horrible joke. Nobody makes jokes like that over email. Nobody does that because obviously text messages, emails, whatever, don't translate well. I don't know you like that. And when you come off like that first, that's offense. Right off the bat, 100%. I'm going to go in demon mode. Like, that's just it. Secondly, it only took them 3 hours. I mean, I get it. They worked on it. 3 hours is 3 hours. It's like they didn't want to wait the final week to do it, but they kind of did. They did it on the finals weekend. So it's kind of two in the same. But I get it. Finals week, finals weekend, do it before. Understandable. And yes, I get the idea that it is not their job to reach out to me to work on a project. However, it is indeed a group project, and part of a group project is using communication, and they didn't communicate, so that's on them. 100%. They worked on it without me. They didn't even bother to reach out to me. That's on them. I don't care. Now, the same can go for me. It's a double-edged sword. I didn't reach out to them either. I was busy. No excuse. Whatever. But don't try that shit. Yeah. So that's that. I mean, I guess I can keep going, but that's really all there is to it. I'm just gonna do a part 2. Not a part 2, but it's a second video for something else. I got about 3 on me. I got about 3 videos like booked up here. I got like one on. I got one on like compulsive purchases. Again. And then my infatuation series, which I don't think I did the one that I meant to do previously, so I guess I'd make that one super long. I'm not gonna do that one right now. But anyway, I guess I'll see you in another video, right? Yee, finals week is over, baby. Yee, 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 yee.